absent is all they deserve at this stage.
Father, a vexing inquiry is haunting me. May I...
Not now, Lucina. I'm finalising an investment round.
Then I'll be forthright, Father. Are we doing enough to prevent the zombie apocalypse?
Precious. The Walking Dead are not worth our thoughts. Vampires have better things to attend to.
Are we so different? Vampires are in league with the Walking Dead, according to human folklore.
No, we're living the dream of financial independence, retire eternally. FIRE, as they call it nowadays, but we were making dividends centuries before it became an online trend.
But zombies are an externality of vampiric enterprise, so shouldn't we take responsibility for...
Are you in one of your quizzical moods, Rifusina? What are you getting at?
I know you're busy with important business, as has been the case since time antediluvian, but have you noticed how much zombie media occupies the human imagination? Survival video games, horrific TV shows, gruesome movies, even mass reenactments.
I am aware of the market demand for zombie kitsch, yes.
Allow me to put it this way, Father. Do you believe the human's obsession with the phenomenon of a zombie apocalypse is symptomatic of an inchoate fear that Crapitalist is indeed unsustainable and will invariably come crashing down in a cataclysm of cannibalistic chaos?
My darling, the zombie apocalypse is just a liberal conspiracy theory promulgated to bolster their voting base. Besides, zombies don't care for vampires. We're too cold for them. Hell, a few more perambulating corpses on the street might make it easier for us to take part in our mutual prey.
But we create zombies. How can you deny the validity of the human fear?
How do we create zombies?
Well, for one, after we feed on a human, if we don't properly turn our victim into one of us, as is almost always the case, they just become a soulless casualty of exploitation.
And you think the humans have a less wasteful social metabolism? At least vampires don't have landfills. I can't believe I'm humouring your sympathy for red bloods.
I cannot bear to think how large my apocalypse footprint might be. You should know. I've decided to go vegan.
In over 1,000 years, nothing so absurd has ever been said to me.
I conducted some research and discovered that vampires can completely quench their thirst with the roots of alfalfa plants or other nitrogen-fixing root nodules, when juiced, release an iron-rich sanguine substance that is chemically similar to hemoglobin. Naturally occurring plant-based blood, essentially.
Well, maybe there's a venture in that. You know, my dear, I have been thinking lately. Vampire capitalism has been my passion for many centuries, investing in innumerable depraved enterprises. But part of me has always wanted to try my hand at entrepreneurship. What do you say we scale the production of this alfalfa blood that you were talking about and market it to our own kind?
I have some in the kitchen now if you want to try it.
I didn't realise we had a kitchen.
Whoever said vampires cannot undergo a change of heart?
I have no interest in mitigating the zombie apocalypse, but we might as well incorporate these popular sentiments you've identified into a marketing campaign. Am I right? We could profit from all this fear that no doubt other bleeding heart young vampires also harbour.
Will the ends justify the means? Or are we fooling ourselves with this profit-scheming, world-saving rhetoric, Father? Can we have our scrupulous cake and eat it too?
Cake? The idiom is lost on me.
I'm not sure what the cake represents either. It's a human saying, never mind.
When you've seen as many centuries as I have, my child, your optimism for progress will be soberly tempered. Show me a vampire who seeks social justice, and I'll show you a walking contradiction just asking for a stake in the heart.
No wonder nothing has changed. Such pessimism is a self-fulfilling prophecy that you've recounted for ages.
Either you're on the human side of irrationality, or you're on the side of eternal reason. It's up to you.
Not everything is black or white, Daddy.
As creatures who categorically cannot go out in daylight, I have to completely disagree.
There are shades of grey for everything. And I will not be complicit to the objectification and perpetuation of zombies.
Zombies are by definition of their existence mere objects. Are you daft? And how might you remedy the human's trepidation for walking dead?
Zombies have agency and rights. Or they did before reanimation. And besides, vampires don't make zombies. Crapitalism makes both vampires and zombies out of all of us. That's the real bogey that everyone can make inroads on ameliorating.
Ah yes, the Magna Carta of Undead, which, if I recall correctly, was written never.
I believe it begins with seeing zombies as humans, instead of seeing humans as commodifiable means of mindless production, which is how zombification is perpetuated. You see? Zombies are a systemic problem, not sufficiently pinned to villainous vampires, although I admit we are instrumental.
Right. As if virtue signalling can all of a sudden overturn a deeply entrenched mortal bias against the undead.
The sooner we can humanize the zombie horde, the sooner vampires can exonerate themselves and join humans in social harmony. Just imagine, the diurnal and nocturnal will be one. But if we keep sucking the life out of the innocent and marginalized, then there is no hope of preventing the zombie apocalypse.
Spare me if you are advocating for zombie reparations. I am under no obligation to yield my hard-earned wealth to those who were not bold enough to get their own hands bloody.
Lord Benson is calling on me. I will now retire from your chamber, Father. I hope your investment auditing proves to be, juicy as always.
I warned you, that boy is merely posing as a blue blood, and cavorting with red bloods will be the undoing of our house name.
The kitchen is down the hall past Mother's sarcophagi crypt, if you want to try the alfalfa blood.
I'd rather suck on a headless chicken. Maybe we can get away with 15% equity. Now that I think about it, they're in no position to refuse an offer from Gladstone Crapital.